Alrighty, here we go. Uh, this is a new game I've been working on for the last year and a half, and I have now a promo version that I want to release. It's called MSX Legends, and it's a turn-based strategy game that's based on Heroes of Might and Magic 3 for the PC. It's a game that I love a lot, I've played a lot, and I wanted to have this on the MSX so people can play it on MSX as well. It's a game in which you have to play against other players. You start with a hero and a castle, and you can conquer other castles on a big world map and grow a big army and expand your castle with new buildings and eventually fight your opponents and conquer the whole map. For those who are familiar with the game, Heroes of Might and Magic, they probably don't need this video, but for those who don't, I made this video especially for them because I don't want to write a manual. I don't feel like doing that, so instead I make a little video in which I explain at least the basics, and the rest you can learn as you go along. Alright, let's get started. You get the choice between a new game and load game. When you press new game, you can choose a scenario. The promo version only has 3 scenarios. The final version will have 30 scenarios. On the left side, you see how much players can play this map. This one is 2, 3, and 2. The map size, small, medium. There will also be big maps in the final version. And you can choose one. Then on the right side, you can choose how many human players. Like 3 human players if you want to play with 3 people. Or 1 human and 2 CPUs. You can also turn one off, but you always need at least 2 players and at least 1 human. Then you can click on your starting town. You can just go through the towns, and as you see already, you see familiar names from MSX games. Starting town Usas, for instance, or Guman, East 3, Psycho World. And this means that if I take this starting town, that the creatures in the town that you can recruit will be creatures from the game Psycho World. You can right click on it and you will see the creatures associated to this town from level 1 up to level 6 creatures. King Kong, some creatures from the game King Kong. And below you can choose the difficulty of the map from easy all the way to impossible. And again, if you right click on it, you will get some information about it. And the difficulty basically refers to the amount of resources that you start with. From a lot of resources on easy to 0 resources on impossible. Let's put it on normal and start the game. Okay, it's turn-based. When the day starts, when the new turn starts, you will see here which day it is, the week and the month, and whose turn it is. And you will always receive a did you know window with some tips. You should read all these tips if you're a new player. If you're an advanced player, you can say, don't show me these tips. I already know all this. Alright. Then you see here on the right side a minimap. These things, this, and this are the castles. this little white square is the position where we are right now. And you see we have one castle and we have one hero. This is our castle, this is our hero. Here you can also see the list of your heroes. You can go down and go up. Overview of all your heroes. You can have more heroes. And here you see a list of your castles, the same thing. And you can just scroll through the map by going with the mouse to the edges of the screen. And you see stuff like monsters on the map. You see resources that you can pick up. Chests, monsters. So you can start the game by exploring, and you explore by double-clicking somewhere on the map, like here, and then your hero will walk there. You can double-click on a resource. Hero will pick up the resource. Double-click on this wood. You see here in the bottom we have 20 wood if you pick up this wood. 25. So collect resources. Collect these chests, for instance. Chests give you either gold or experience, as you wish. If you need gold, you take gold. If you need experience, you take experience. Boom, let's take some experience. And you see monsters on the map. You can right-click on them, and it will say which level they are and how many. Level 1 monsters and several should be doable, so let's go for a fight. I double-click on this monster. My hero stopped moving. And you see the movement arrows, if I click, they turn black. And that means I'm out of movement points. So this hero cannot move anymore. So in order to regain my movement points, I have to click and turn this hourglass. And then I will go to day 2. Next day, and I have my movement points back again. You will also see your movement points here on the left side of your hero portrait, this green bar. That's the movement points. If I walk a bit, you see they slowly get depleted. On the right side, the blue bar is the magic points. So you see how much magic points you have left. Let's pick up some gold. Boom. And let's go for a fight. Double right click on an enemy to fight them. This is the battlefield. You have your hero at the top left and you have your creatures. Now it's important to know that your hero cannot fight, only your creatures fight, but your hero can cast spells. This is the icon for the spell book. If I click on it, my spell book will appear and you can cast spells here. Now I haven't learned any spells yet, but your spells will be available and visible here if you have them. You have earth spells, fire spells, air and water. Alright, let's fight. Also the fighting is turn-based. So I have a little creature here that wants to attack this Annalie. And in order to attack I need to go closer, but you see the icon here is a red circle with a stripe through it, so if I click here nothing happens. If I move a bit closer to my creature, I see that all of a sudden it turns into a shoe. So here I can walk. Here I can walk. So this basically means my unit, if I right click on it, has a certain amount of movement points. So this one has 6 movement points. So I can walk 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hex tiles. After that I cannot walk anymore. So let's walk here. Boom. This one also starts to walk, and this one can walk. This one walks less far, only 4. So I go here. And then round 2 begins. So everybody walked, round 2 begins. So this one is now close enough to fight with this monster. Let's click on the sword and we fight. This one is still too far away, so has to walk a bit. Round 3 begins. We do the same thing, we fight. And as you see, boom, that's an easy victory. At the end of the fight, you will get some experience, 180 experience for the fight, and you will see an overview of the casualties. I lost 1 of these green goo thingies and 2 of these critters, and I killed 10 Annalees. That's great. If you double click on your hero or click on the hero portrait here, then you will get an overview of your hero. You will see the skills that your hero has. You can click on it. So this is a sorcery skill. This hero will deal 5 additional % damage to all the spells he does, he casts. You have your inventory. You have 9 inventory slots. I have no items yet, nothing collected. You can see your army. It's the same as here. You can also say I take some of my units and I spread them out. Take one here, one here. Spread them out, and that can give you some advantages in a battle. Here again you see the spell book, same as in combat. You still don't have any spells. And here you see your status. So here you see that we have 930 experience. Your movement points, spell points, your spell recovery, you recover 5 spell points per day. And you have 4 primary stats. You have attack, defense, intelligence and spell power. Attack gives your units more damage, defense gives your units more defense, intelligence gives your hero more spell points, and spell damage gives your hero more spell damage. Okay, let's learn some spells. In order to learn spells, you need to go back to your castle and you need to build a magic tower in your castle. In order to go to your castle, you have to click in the center of your castle here, or you double click on your castle icon here. Okay, so now we're in the castle. King Kong Castle. King Kong is the name of the castle. The castle earns 500 gold per day, and we're now sitting in day 2. The day is irrelevant because new creatures spawn in the castle every day 1, so the beginning of every new week. It's important when you can recruit creatures. Okay, so in the beginning there's not much to do in the castle. You can build. You can build 1 building per day. There are 9 different types of buildings. The buildings that have a blue background can be built. A magic guild can be built. A sawmill can be built. The buildings that have a red background cannot be built because there are requirements that have not been met. For instance, if I want to build the castle here, it will generate me 1000 gold per day. It costs 2500 gold, which I have, but it requires a tavern. So in order to build this, I first need to build a tavern. I don't want a tavern right now, even though this gives me the capability to enlist new heroes. I wanted magic guild, so I wanted magic skills. If I build a magic guild, I will get 2 level 1 spells to the magic guild. Plus, a magic guild will allow you to completely refill your hero's magic if you stay in the castle for 1 night. Cost, I have the wood, I have the ore. Let's build it. Alright, so now I have a magic guild. Let's look what it has. It has a level 1 fire spell, curse, reduces the damage of enemies, has a level 1 water spell, it's a cure, it dispels all harmful spells, and it restores a bit of HP. In order to learn the spells, I have to go in the castle with my hero. Where's my... Oh, here he is, behind the tree, hiding. But my hero is out of movement points, so again I have to press and turn. Alright. So now I can walk to the entrance of my castle. My hero is in the castle and then automatically learns these spells. While I'm in the castle, I can build a new building. For instance, I can build a mage guild level 2, then I get level 2 spells, which is good. I can build sawmill for more wood, which I don't need at the moment, mine for more old ore, which I don't need. But I could also think about building barracks. This manufactures level 1 creatures, so I can expand my army. I get more creatures in my army. Let's go for that. Alright, so now I can recruit here more monsters. Let's do that. I have level 1 barracks, so I can only build level 1 creatures. Every time you level up your barracks, you can build the next, recruit the next level creatures. So the swamp goods, I already have 13, and there are 14 available, so let's recruit 14 more of them. You can either press the plus to recruit all these 14, or you click on max, recruit all. Let's buy them. Good. Let's spread also these out a bit. One here. And one here. Oh yeah, there's one more thing. You see here that there's a visiting hero slot and a defending hero slot. You can take your hero, put it in the defending hero slot. And then if you exit your castle, you see your hero is not visible on the map anymore, also not here in the list. Because this hero is now a defending hero in the castle, and if you put your hero in the defending slot, your hero will get, I think it's +2 defense, I'm not 100% sure. Your hero gets extra defense. But is locked in the castle, you cannot do anything. So let's go back. Take my hero out. And let's go fight, because that's what the game is about. You want to fight and eventually... So the goal of the game is, you see here a big world map, the goal of the game is to conquer all the other towns and kill all the other heroes. And then you win. So let's go to this castle here and see if we can defeat that castle. We have to go to the left bottom of the map. Let's start walking. Alright. Nice, there's a red chest here. The red chest gives more gold or experience than the green chest. So there are green chests and a red chest. The green chests, they represent the gems. The red ones represent the rubies. I can choose gold or experience. Let's go for experience. I gained enough experience to level up, so I now became a level 2 battle mage. I get +1 defense, and every time you level up you can choose a secondary skill. Either basic intelligence, it will boost my hero's maximum spell points by 25%, or basic learning. Your hero's accumulated experience is amplified by 10%. So these secondary spells, they are always random. There are like around 10 of them, 10 different types of spells. I don't remember exactly, 12 I believe. Let's go for more spell points. Okay, out of movement points, click and turn. Next turn, and let's go. Okay, we're getting closer. There's a little monster here. Let's fight that. So there's also a possibility to do auto combat, which is here, this button. This is for auto combat. If you click that, you can just sit back and watch the show. Oh, I lost a few. That's okay. I lost 4 of these boots. Got 160 experience. All in all, a good fight. Another level up, that's great. Advanced Sorcery, deal 10% more spell damage. Oh, I don't have spells with spell damage yet. And I forgot to use spells in that previous combat, but... Or I go for Resistance. Grants your units 10% chance to block targeted spells. And I already see the castle here. It's actually an empty castle, there's no hero. So I can just take it. And that's because at the start of the game I selected 2 players instead of 3. So this last castle here, that castle has an actual hero. You can right click it with an army. One thing which is important to know is that I was not able to program artificial intelligence for the enemy heroes. So unfortunately, the enemy heroes are static, they don't do anything. Which basically makes this a 2-player game. It's not that fun to play with 1 player. However, in the final version of the game, there will also be a campaign mode. In the campaign mode, you can play all the maps, and there will be a time limit in which you have to defeat all the enemies and the castles. And this time limit then makes it fun to play and challenging. So this is the game. I hope you got a good idea of what the game is about, and if you have any more questions, I will just answer them when I release the promo. Thank you so much. Enjoy.